In the Arakonam train accident case, the train driver Rajkumar arrested on charges of culpable homicide not amounting to murder. The Supreme Court asked the centre if the 2G scam could have been nipped in the bud if the government acted on PM's letter to A. Raja to consider auction of spectrum. Peaceful polling and normal voter turnout marked the Trichy by-election, the ruling AIADMK government's first litmus test. Chief Minister Jayalalitha comforts the Kudamkulam protester, promises to stand by them. Also, she says, issue cannot be resolved by the state. Do you get the promised speed on your internet data card? An NDTV Hindu reality check. The Madras High Court asked the CBI to constitute a special team to probe the alleged murder of Chennai law student Satish Kumar. The Indian Cricket Board chief tells NDTV that he did not support DRS. Good evening, and you're watching News Tonight with me, Anu Josh. Let us look at the headlines. Advani says to NDTV that the party will decide who the PM candidate for 2014 is. The Supreme Court reduces the compensation awarded to families of the 1997 Uphar tragedy victims. Compensation have been reduced from rupees 18 lakhs to rupees 10 lakhs. A day after Prashant Bhushan was attacked, clashes outside the Patiala House Court. A major terror plot, possibly targeting Delhi, is foiled after 5 kilo RDX is found in a parked car outside Ambala railway station. Hisar in Haryana is voting today for a Lok Sabha by-poll. Will Team Anna's campaigning against Congress have an impact? Dawood's henchman Iqbal Mirchi is charged with attempting to kill an associate. And the royal wedding in Bhutan as the entire kingdom celebrates. The news coming in related to the Arakonam train accident, train driver Rajkumar was arrested on charges of culpable homicide not amounting to murder. He's been taken to Arakonam and will be produced before the Arakonam magistrate and remanded in Vellore Central Prison. Now we are joined by our correspondent Salim, who has been tracking this news very closely. Salim, could you tell us what updates do you have for us at this point?
News sources from the government railway police say that the electronic evidence played a vital role in the course of investigation. Call details revealed that driver Rajkumar was speaking on his mobile phone just before the collision. The driver was initially denying the fact that he was talking on mobile phone minutes before the accident. But the police approached the service providers and sought the call details. Sources from the government railway police say that the driver's health is in good condition. He was discharged from the hospital. Meanwhile, the police were conducting investigations simultaneously, and since they made out a prima facie case, they have arrested the driver.
Thank you, Salim. On to the 2G case hearing in the Supreme Court. During the bail plea hearings for top corporate honchos in the scam, the top court today has asked the centre why no action was taken on the PM's letter to Raja written on November 3, 2007. The court has also said that perhaps the scam could have been prevented. It has been a peaceful day of polling at Trichy West. Voter turnout has been registered at 55%. By-elections in the region have been flagged off at 8 in the morning and came to a close at 5 in the evening. Long queues, especially of women, were witnessed in a few polling booths. Even before 7:30 this morning, a total of 240 polling stations functioned today, catering to 208,427 total voters. Just to remind you that these elections have come as a result of a seat that felt vacant following the death of AIADMK Minister Mariam Pichai. 16 candidates are in the fray. The AIDMK, which swept the polls in May, is not been supported by its old allies, the left and actor Vijayakant's DK. The party has fielded former MLA M. Paramjyoti, while the DMK has named K. N. Nehru, a former minister who was behind bars till day before yesterday on the charges of land grabbing. Nehru came in this morning and cast his vote. While the AIADMK is confident of retaining the seat, the DMK is hoping for a turnaround. Meanwhile, by-elections was on in Puducherry today. In Tamil Nadu, around 700 of the 1,000 scientists and engineers could not report for work at the Kudamkulam nuclear plant as the villagers blocked workers at various points around Kudamkulam. They are protesting and asking the staff to boycott work. More than 5,000 villagers have joined a relay hunger strike at the plant. The protesters are demanding that the Chief Minister Jayalalitha take up the matter with the Prime Minister once again. The State Cabinet had passed a resolution seeking temporary suspension of work at Kudamkulam, but the Prime Minister intervened, saying the work would continue after addressing the concerns. The Prime Minister also met the Cardinal of Mumbai to address concerns over the Kudamkulam project. The local church and the bishop is at the forefront of the Kudamkulam protest.
Well, I am at Kudamkulam, the road leading to the Kudamkulam nuclear power plant, where around 3,000 women have gathered here since morning, blocking the road and not allowing the workers to enter the nuclear plant facility. In fact, since morning, more than 6,000 workers, including around 700 engineers and scientists, have not been able to enter the nuclear power plant because the road has been blocked here. And they have just one point demand: we don't want this plant, and we will not stop this protest unless there is an assurance from the centre that all the activities at the Kudamkulam power plant will be stopped forthwith. I am joined by Mr. Uday Kumar, the coordinator of the People's Movement Against Nuclear Energy. So what has led for you to intensify the protest like this, to block workers from entering the power plant?
Well, we have been on a hunger strike for the second time for the past 5 days, and nothing has happened. Nobody has come to talk to us, and the work hasn't been stopped as per the State Cabinet resolution demanded. And yesterday Prime Minister has written a letter to the Chief Minister, and that doesn't talk anything about stopping the work at the plant also. So people are really frustrated with both the governments, and they are back on the street.
There are reports that these people may march towards the main entrance of the Kudamkulam power plant in a short while. Is that going to happen?
Well, they have been doing that, and they have been wanting to do that, and we, the organizers of the protest, are putting more pressure on them not to do it, and to be more patient and give more time to the Chief Minister, who is going to visit this district to take a stand and tell us.
And lastly, sir, what is your message? In fact, the government has been saying all safety precautions are in place. Nothing of that kind, what we have seen in France or in Japan, would happen here.
Well, you know, it's not just a safety mechanism. It's about the waste management, the decommissioning, the cost involved, the impact on our environment, on our children, our livelihood, our whole future. Now, all countries around the world are going back on nuclear power, and why should we Indians to go on? And that is what we are objecting to that.
One last question. More than 3,000 women gathered here. They have been campaigning like this for the past 2 weeks during the first phase of your protest. What has led to this kind of huge support, particularly from women?
Well, they have all watched Fukushima on their TV screens, and they have been watching the accidents in France, and they have been wanting to do something like this for a long time, but the government never paid any attention. This is not the first time that we are doing it. Now the plant is going...
But more women this time?
Yes, more women have been coming for all our protests. Actually, women are more aware and more informed than men. So this is exactly reflecting on this strike also.
Thank you very much, sir. So certainly tempers rising high at this protest venue, which is just half a kilometer away from the main entrance of the Kudamkulam nuclear power plant, and protesters say they will march ahead if there is no assurance either from the centre or from the Tamil Nadu government. In fact, coincidentally, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha is in this district for a local body poll campaign today.
Also, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha was quick to react on this issue. This is what she had to say in support of thousands of protesters protesting at Kudamkulam.
கூடங்குளம் அணுமின் நிலையத்தை பொறுத்தவரை உள்ளூர் மக்களின் கருத்துகளுக்கு மதிப்பளிக்கும் வகையில் தமிழக அரசு நிச்சயம் செயல்படும். இந்த பிரச்சனையில் உங்களில் ஒருத்தியாக நான் இருப்பேன்.
And after announcing her full support to protesters demanding closure of Kudamkulam nuclear plant, the Chief Minister announced this issue cannot be resolved by the state and it will take time.
Now this recent letter that the Prime Minister is supposed to have written, I have not yet received it. So let me receive the letter. I mean, this is not something that can be resolved by the state government overnight. It will take time. I do not wish to make any further comments on this now, because it is a very emotive issue and a controversial issue.
Meanwhile, the state Congress chief has given these protests little notice, saying that the work at the plant will definitely start soon.
உலகத்தில் சில நாடுகளில் விபத்துகள் நடந்திருக்கிறது. ஆனால் இந்தியாவில் நாம் அமைக்கும் அணு உலைகள் மிகுந்த பாதுகாப்போடு, இரட்டிப்பு பாதுகாப்போடு அதற்கான வாய்ப்புகளை உருவாக்கியிருக்கிறோம் என்பதுதான் இதுவரை கடந்த 40 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு மேலாக நாம் விரும்பிய அத்துணை ஆலைகளும் சிறப்பாக செயல்படுகிறது. ஒன்று. இரண்டாவது, அதுவும் ஒரு வகையில் நம்முடைய மின்சார தேவை பூர்த்தி செய்கிற முக்கியமான கேந்திரமாக இருக்கிறது என்பதையும் நாம் மக்களுக்கு சொல்ல விரும்புகிறோம். இருந்தாலும் கூடங்குளம் பகுதியில் வாழ்கிற மக்களை சந்தித்து மத்திய மாநில அரசுகள் மிக தெளிவான பார்வையை, பாதுகாப்பு ஏற்பாடுகளை செய்திருக்கிறோம் என்பதை உறுதிப்படுத்தி ஆலையை தொடங்க வேண்டும் என்று நாங்கள் கோரிக்கையை ஏற்றுக்கொண்டுள்ள பிரதமர் அது விரைவில் நடக்கும் என்று நம்புகிறோம்.
A 40-year-old man was smashed to death in broad daylight in Chennai's MKB Nagar. Previous enmity is suspected to be the cause of crime. North Chennai police have launched a manhunt for the murderers. Our crime correspondent Salim brings us details from the scene of crime.
I'm standing near the Vyasarpadi burial ground. The blood stains are still visible at the scene of crime. According to the police, the victim is aged about 40, and according to the people who were present here when the incident happened, they very clearly say that the victim was intercepted by a gang. They initially hit the victim with the help of a bat and then smashed his head with a stone. They alerted the police. They also simultaneously informed the 108 ambulance service, and the ambulance rushed to the spot, and they found out that the victim is no more. He is dead, and hence they handed out the body to the police. The police moved the body to the Stanley Government Hospital for a post-mortem examination. Sniffer dogs were actually taken to the scene of crime, and as of now the police say they have registered a murder case and have formed several special teams to nab the accused.
The Madras High Court today asked the CBI to constitute a special team to probe the alleged murder of Chennai law student Satish Kumar. The special team should not comprise officers from Tamil Nadu, marked the judges who heard the case. Satish Kumar was reported missing on June 7th. His body was found 5 days later in ICF North Colony Lake. In his petition, Satish Kumar's father Sankara Subbu said the little finger of his son's right hand was severed and his toe lanes were removed, along with severe injuries on his hip, back and head. Alleging that it was an effort by several persons, he named 2 police inspectors, Riazuddin and Kannan, against whom he had obtained an order for departmental action. Coming up after the break, NDTV Hindu did a reality check. Do customers get the speed they were promised, or is it all in fine prints?